Good afternoon, this is Stuart from We Sell Homes in Paradise, and this is another Beachside Broadcast. This time a different beach. This is Gigi's Beach in Sotogrande. Let me pan around and show you. This video today is called Borrow Until I Die. Now my wife probably won't like the title of this because it puts a bit of risk, and she's more risk averse than I am. But essentially, let me give you some context. When you make money, they tax you with income tax. When you save money, they tax you with capital gains tax, be it in property, be it in stocks, be it in bonds. When you try and pass on that money to your kids, they tax you with inheritance tax. And in between, they're taxing you with sales tax as well. So, one thing people do who are very financially savvy is they borrow against their assets. This is why the title is Borrow Until I Die. So we currently have two properties. I'd love a third, a beachfront property, because I think that they appreciate very well indeed. We have about 30% debt against our small portfolio, let's say. So we have about 70% in equity. In the future, I would imagine some of the mortgage brokers who have brought the UK ways of lending to Spain, like the Finance Bureau or Fluent Finance Abroad, they will be working with Spanish banks to allow for equity release. And this is what I mean about borrowing until I die. As properties go up in value, you can release equity. And when you release equity, it's debt. And therefore, you pay no tax on that. So the key thing to remember is there's no tax on debt. Now, this was inspired by someone I played with paddle with recently, who said he has properties in the UK because he thinks there's better yield. Well, I'm not about yield. I'm about growth. It's the same for the stocks that I invest in. I know people that like dividend stocks because they like that regular income, but what can you get? 2, 3, 4%. Bonds is a slow death, getting 5% knowing that currency debases at 10%. You're just asking to just give up your wealth. And this is why we're trying to build wealth through owning growth stocks and through properties here in southern Spain. And why do I think southern Spain is a good place? Because it's growing. GDP, one of the best in Europe. You've got so much interest from far afield. We're selling to Australians, Americans, and I can see that growth compounding, especially in unique locations such as this. Close to the sea, gated communities, things like this, where there's a short supply of land. So, the idea is to keep on growing in terms of evaluations of our properties, growing in terms of evaluations of our stocks, and over time, we could do covered calls, so options on these stocks, release some cash, or equity release on properties, because the tax man can't tax you on borrowed money. And that is a theme, borrow until you die. Anyway, it's not for everyone, but just my thoughts and showing you another beautiful beach.